It's time for our Survivor Series War Games predictions. Let's start off though with SmackDown because we have a elimination tag team match, brother. We have the MFTs going up against are they like Team International? Team Sammy? They're the International Alliance, ladies and gentlemen. Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Rey Fenix, and the Motor City Machine Guns. 5v5 traditional elimination Survivor Series match, which I think should have been at War Games itself because there seems to be only 4 matches. Gonna say that Team Sammy, the international team of House of Pancakes, they're gonna win this thing. You need a feel-good moment on SmackDown. Probably close the show, I would at least hope so. I hope though that some guys from the MFT side, they get a chance to shine. I love a traditional Survivor Series match though. I wish it was at War Games. As of right now, that seems to be the only match on SmackDown that's coming up, as far as I know. Now let's take a look at Survivor Series itself. We got 4 matches on the card, and as of right now, that's all we're gonna get. So these War Games matches are gonna be long, ladies and gentlemen. But if I can ask if you guys would mind subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button if you do enjoy videos like this. It helps us in the algorithm and get to our goal, 50,000 subs. So I'd love to have your support. The first match we'll talk about here, Nikki Bella going up against Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. I don't see a world where Nikki Bella is winning this thing. Nikki Bella has, whether she's been good guy or bad girl now, she has just lost all of the matches, hasn't she? She's not scraping together any kind of wins here. Now, unless they want to prolong this feud and have Nikki win by disqualification so Stephanie retains, I don't see this being more than a 10-minute match, 15-minute match at most. This has not been a feud, a rivalry that I have thoroughly enjoyed. If you back and rewind the tape a little bit, Nikki Bella goes backstage and she's all friendly with Stephanie Vaquer, and then Nikki just says, well, you gotta watch your back for people, which it indicated that she was gonna turn. And like a week later or whatever, she turns on her. So I don't feel like this is very compelling. Stephanie Vaquer, while I really do like her as world champion, she does not have a very deep rival right now. There's no big story for her, and I think that's the key piece that's missing. Probably going to get that as we inch towards WrestleMania season. This feels like a stopgap for us to get to the end of the year, and once you hit Royal Rumble, that's when I think they will start really aligning pieces and putting it together for Stephanie so that she'll have a big match or matches coming up. Real boy Matt here, I say Stephanie retains. Next up, John Cena versus Dom Mysterio in a rematch. This is for the Intercontinental Championship. I like that John won the IC title from Dom on Raw. That was a fun moment. And I do think though, because we are going through this whole last time is now tournament, that Cena is going to lose this IC title. The brackets are getting interesting though for Cena's final opponent. Who do you guys have earmarked though? Let me know in the comments below. I just see a world where it is Gunther. It feels like it's Gunther, and I don't feel like Gunther needs it. That's my personal opinion. Unless they're going to do something huge with him, again, for WrestleMania. Like maybe he fights Cody. And because of that, I don't think that you need to have the IC title on the line. Like, if it's Gunther in the final match, you don't need him winning the IC title. He should be way above that now. He already accomplished everything with the IC title. And he accomplished what he needed to, I think, with the world title. Unless they want to put him back in world title scene against Punk, I feel like Gunther, and I know I'm talking Gunther right now, not Dom, but it's just where I think everything's kind of going. I think that Gunther ends up moving on to possibly win the Rumble to then get to WrestleMania. Now for Dom, this is why I do feel like Dom is going to win, and that is my official pick. Dom's winning the IC title back from Cena, and then everything just goes straight back to normal. But then I always wonder what's next. Who does Dom Mysterio feud with after this? I feel like Dom has got a lot of good momentum. There's people that are hating out there. They don't like Dom. They say Timu, Eddie, things of that nature. I like Dom Mysterio. I like that he does all the little homages to Eddie Guerrero. But he needs, after this, he needs a good story. Could they please pull the trigger on Judgment Day and Finn Balor? Could we please have Finn Balor turn? Say, I want the Intercontinental Championship. And he just goes, oh, Dom Mysterio, f me. I'm going to take that. I can barely talk anymore, but that's my Finn. Dom wins. He beats Cena. Could be a wackadoo finish, like maybe Judgment Day does get fully involved in this, and then you have the John Cena heroes. They emerge, and they help out Cena too. I don't know. Ultimately, Dom's got to win. Here's my long shot pick, though, with this, is maybe you do have Judgment Day get involved, but then Cena is Super Cena, and he does have help from, like, let's just say Rey. And you think, okay, Cena's going to retain because everyone is backed off. That's where I think maybe Liv Morgan makes a return. Survivor Series needs some big pops, big moments. And Liv returning, if she's good, she could just come in and do the distraction, hit Cena with the belt, give the belt to Dom, steel chair to Dom, something like that. So you can have that big moment of them coming back together and then that allows Dom to pick up the IC title, and then we can kind of reset the Judgment Day story. And with Liv coming back, you now have Roxanne Perez involved, Raquel siding with Roxanne this whole time, and now you can build that going into WrestleMania season. I'd rather see that than Liv return at just say the Royal Rumble, and then she just has a Rumble spot. This would set up more stories for all of Judgment Day, and then they solve the IC title situation. Women's War Games match. On the bad guy side, you've got Lash Legend, Nia Jax, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Becky Lynch, who joined as of SmackDown. And she's on bad guy team. I love, by the way, that Lash Legend is in this thing. I think she'll have some tremendous spots in this, and she'll be a big highlight, a big standout. On the good person side, you got Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and AJ Lee. As we saw on SmackDown, you had AJ Lee come out, Becky Lynch attacked, bad people stood tall. That's always fun. They still got a little bit of time. They'll probably just do like a video package on SmackDown. So with this build, I like that there are a lot of story elements all combining into one. That's what you want from a War Games match, is that it all feels cohesive and makes sense. For the most part, it does. There's a couple of things I liked and then didn't like so much with the build. Charlotte Alexa Bliss thing with Charlotte saying, I can't trust Rhea. I like that they did that. Originally on SmackDown, Charlotte walks out, but then, 3 days later on Raw, she shows up and she just helps them. And then there was no time. Like, they still had 2 weeks, couple of shows, 3 shows, 4 shows. I think they could have extended that Charlotte piece a little bit more of her being conflicted. I really did like the cinematic sit down they did where you had Rhea and Charlotte get on the same page. It felt like Roman and Cody. It felt like Punk and Roman sit down, that kind of thing. Please, WWE, do more of that. Like, just shoot with cinematic cameras all the time. It looks so much better, and it gives a way better presentation. So I love that they did that. I just felt like they could have done that cinematic in the final week and really built something with Charlotte's, wrestling, so to speak, with do I help or not. They just fast forward the whole thing, so it didn't matter. But I get it too. You had AJ Lee lingering. You had to incorporate her into the story a little bit. I like that her and Becky are going to have this match. I think that AJ Lee and Becky Lynch, that's probably WrestleMania, like the singles match, because we get War Games done. They'll both probably disappear for a bit. Maybe they want to build something for Saturday night's main event, but I expect like tag team matches, beat down, someone gets written off TV, like Becky just destroys AJ at some point on Raw. That writes her off until maybe the Royal Rumble. You get a Rumble elimination for both of them. You set up WrestleMania. That's when I think they finally have that singles program. Rhea and Io going up against Kabuki Warriors. That has been the through line this entire year. I have really enjoyed the entire story that they put together for all of them. And the addition of Lash Legend, Nia Jax as a team, it works well. And I really like Lash in all these beatdown segments. She hasn't had time on the mic, but you know what? I think, like I said, she's going to be a big standout. She needs that big War Games moment, like Io always does, like the trash can. She needs to have that big breakout spot. But who wins and who loses? What do you think? I'm a little torn because I do feel like bad guys always kind of need a little bit more. In this one, I am going to say that the good guys win. AJ Lee is headlining this as their big star. Rhea's obviously there. Like, it's stacked. You have all of the premier women, most part, all on your show. And it's War Games. It's kind of like everyone can kind of eat a loss. Kairi Sane or Lash, they might be the ones that actually eat the pin. So I'm going to say that good guys win. You have the big moment of all of them, like AJ Lee standing tall and they all throw their hands up. So I'm going to say good guys do win this thing. AJ Lee is probably going to be the one that comes out last, and her and Becky probably have a really cool moment. Do I see any returns within War Games? Do you have, for example, a Liv Morgan make a comeback inside of it? Don't think so. I think they just do straight up War Games. They don't have any shenanigans, but it's the men's side that'll be interesting about what they do. So then your men's War Games match. This thing is just pure, like, mega all-star, isn't it? All right, on the bad guy team, you got Drew McIntyre, The Vision, so Bronson, Logan Paul, who's, I guess, honorary member. Is Logan Paul officially in Vision, or is he just Vision adjacent? Like, they haven't really confirmed that. Like, Paul Heyman has not been like, I anoint him as Vision Man. He's not. I don't know what's going on with Logan Paul. And then you round it out with Brock Lesnar. Be cool to see Brock in a War Games match. That's different. Then on the good guys team, you got the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. You got CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Cody effing Rhodes. I like both teams. You got some heavy hitters in there. Haven't loved the build. Have you? I haven't loved how it's kind of come together. I selfishly do think that LA Knight, while he is in that Last Time Is Now tournament, I do feel like he should have been in War Games in the Jimmy Uso spot, because his story for this past year has been dealing with Vision. He also has history with Logan Paul. Really feel like LA Knight should have been in one of those spots. But regardless, you do have a big team with a lot of storylines going on. I do like that they incorporated Cody and Drew into all of this. Drew's done this before where he was on War Games with Judgment Day and he had a separate feud going on, so he's like, I'll come and help out. This, I do like that it's kind of just shenanigans. Everyone's got a little bit of stories going on within everybody, like the Usos and Roman. How will they all get along within War Games? On SmackDown, when you had Cody getting beat down by Drew in the bus, I did like that a lot. That was different than just traditional beat down in the ring with a 15-minute Cody promo. That bit on SmackDown, that worked so well for me because it's Drew McIntyre kind of unhinged. He's going too far, he's suspended, but he's still getting out there and beating up Cody. Cody was a fiery promo on SmackDown. All of that really worked for me. This coming Raw, I'm filming this before Monday Night Raw, so I think that Roman is supposed to show up there, so we'll probably just get another big beatdown brawl segment with police everywhere, that kind of thing. In this one, I am going to pick bad guys win, because I do think they need it more. I think that you could tell a cool story, maybe they won't, but having the good guys struggle. Jimmy, Jay, and Roman are like on the same page, and then the next week they're not. The whole Jey Uso kind of wanting to be like Roman, they more or less dropped that, and I don't like that they did, because it's just become one-dimensional. Punk hasn't really dealt with anybody. Like, he has not really flirted with his issues with Roman. He's just been very focused on Logan Paul. Like, Cody, originally, he's just like, I'm gonna help out my buddies. Like, it didn't really make that much sense that Cody was going to be on War Games, but here we are. I feel that the bad guys have had a little bit more cohesive story overall. It is just because Paul Heyman, he's got the vision, so he calls in Logan Paul for that. Logan Paul is just basically like, I don't want to get hurt by these other guys, so I'm joining them. Brock is like a hired gun, and Drew's got all the problems with Cody, and Paul Heyman's like, hey, he's suspended, but I'm going to hire him anyways. So I like the whole bad guy team and all of this. I do think Brock comes in last because he's not going to go in for 40 minutes in a War Games match. So Brock will come in at the very end when War Games begins. I think he'll just decimate most guys. You'll probably want to see all of the big good guys team up to try to beat down Brock, but I kind of feel like once Brock gets in there, that's when things are going to level off. Now, what I would love to see within this is issues. Even on the bad guy team, like, they have to get along. I'd love to see Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar face to face, and Paul Heyman's on the outside trying to like get them situated. Like, Brock is a wild card in this to me in the storyline, because I feel like he could just go off and do anything. Like, he could start beating up Braun Breaker because he just doesn't like him, or Logan Paul, and just throw him into the cage. You're putting a beast inside the cage, right? Like, play with those ideas. But I think all of those little moments where you're gonna have standoffs of Brock and Roman, like we had on Raw, that's gonna be cool. Cody and Brock again, Punk and Brock. There's a lot of different moments with Brock Lesnar himself that you could really put in a good situation and tease stuff for like, oh, maybe this thing or that thing's gonna happen at WrestleMania. I think the bad guys win because Brock's gonna go away, so it's not gonna hurt them. They got to reset all these stories on the men's side, like wrap up Drew and Cody. Logan Paul and Punk, I think, are gonna come out of War Games and they're gonna have a singles match. Roman Reigns is gonna disappear once again too. So it doesn't do much, I think, on the good guys team because they're all more or less okay. No titles on the line. The bad guys, I think, need this. Braun and Bronson need this. Brock, they always like to protect. He beat Cena at Palooza. And Drew needs a win. Drew McIntyre needs a win. Like, if someone's gonna get a pin, Drew should Claymore Cody and pin Cody in War Games to at least stand victorious, and then to say, hey, I should get a title shot again for like the 17th time. Let me know your picks in the comments below, and if you guys want to talk more WWE topics, click this video right here because going through a little bit of the news beats from last week. Have a great day. See ya.